glad you could be with us for God's word. Well, Pilate tried to get Jesus delivered. He thought surely they'll ask for Jesus to be released, and they asked for Barabbas instead. Now here's another attempt. This time I'm going to just have him just all torn up and present him to them alive, but all torn up, and maybe they'll have some pity. So verse 1 of chapter 19, good grief, Pilate took Jesus and scourged him. And the soldiers twisted together a crown of thorns and put it on his head, and put a purple robe on him. And they began to come up to him and say, "Hail, King of the Jews!" and to give him slaps in the face. Pilate came out again and said to them, "Behold the man. Behold, I'm bringing him to you so that you may know that I find no guilt in him." Wasn't it enough that I had him scourged? And Jesus came out wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. Pilate said, "Behold the man." And the chief priests and officers saw him. They cried out, "Crucify, crucify." And Pilate said to them, "Take him yourselves and crucify him. I find no fault in him." That's the way that passage needs to be said. I've heard it's, "Take ye him and crucify him, for I find no fault in him." I'm going, I don't understand that. Crucify him, for I find no fault in him? No, he was saying, you crucify him. I find no fault in him. Okay. And so Pilate, out of political expediency, trying to save his job, trying to not get in trouble, because he had already gotten in trouble because he had stopped an uprising and had had some Jews put to death. And so he didn't want that to happen again. And so out of fear of that happening, he first tries to release Jesus, and it's with Passover custom, and then he has Jesus scourged, and he thinks maybe that'll do it, and won't do it. And they say, "No, we want him crucified." So he's a little bit perturbed. Okay, well, you crucify him. I find no fault in him. But Jesus himself said, "I'm going to be betrayed to the Gentiles and scourged and mocked and put to death and rise on the third day." It was prophesied by the Son of God himself. No one took his life from him. He laid it down of his own account. Our Falls Creek group is supposed to make a banner, to hang on the side of their cabin, and also T-shirts that will have some kind of a logo on them. And they have a lion carrying a cross. Jesus is called the Lion of the tribe of Judah. It's prophesied in Genesis 49 that the Messiah is going to be the lion from the tribe of Judah. And Jesus, of course, was from Judah, the tribe of Judah. And then you get to Revelation chapter 5, where somebody is supposed to be in heaven that can break the seals of the judgments that God are going to read. And John said there wasn't anybody found. And one of the angels said, "Well, now the lion from the tribe of Judah has overcome, and he can break the seals." And he turns to see the lion, and he sees a lamb that's been slain. You don't grab a lion and put him on an altar and slay him. You can do that to a lamb. You can't do that to a lion. And yet the Lion of the tribe of Judah willingly laid his life down and made himself the Passover lamb for the sins of the world. No one took his life from him. He laid it down freely and took it up again. Have a great day.